At 78, Annie Denver confirmed the rumor about John Denver. John Denver, born Henry John Deutschendorf Jr. on December 31st, 1943, in Roswell, New Mexico, was an American singer-songwriter, actor, and humanitarian whose music captured the spirit of nature and heartfelt storytelling. Known for timeless hits like Take Me Home, Country Roads, Annie's Song, and Rocky Mountain High, Denver became one of the best-selling artists of the 1970s. His warm tenor voice and poetic lyrics reflected his deep love for the outdoors and environmental causes. Beyond music, he was an advocate for humanitarian work and wildlife conservation. Tragically, Denver died in a plane crash on October 12, 1997, leaving behind a lasting musical legacy. John Denver's career beginnings, following the heartfelt legacy he would later leave behind. John Denver's early career was marked by persistence, adaptability, and an unshakable love for music. Born Henry John Deutschendorf Jr., he moved to Los Angeles in the mid-1960s, adopting the stage name John Denver to better fit the folk scene. His first big break came when he joined the Chad Mitchell Trio in 1965, replacing the group's departing lead singer. Touring with them allowed Denver to hone his stage presence, songwriting skills, and connect with an audience that appreciated his gentle voice and uplifting style. While with the trio, Denver penned Leaving on a Jet Plane, a song that would later become a worldwide hit for Peter, Paul, and Mary in 1969. This success brought him recognition as a songwriter and opened the door to a solo career, signing with RCA Records. He released his debut solo album, Rhymes and Reasons, in 1969. Although the album had modest sales, it showcased his distinct ability to blend folk sincerity with pop accessibility. Denver's early years were defined not by instant stardom, but by steady growth, building a loyal fan base through live performances, heartfelt lyrics, and a clear artistic vision. These beginnings laid the foundation for the soaring success he would achieve in the 1970s. Songs that shaped John Denver, building upon the steady growth of his early career. John Denver entered the 1970s with a string of songs that would not only define his artistry, but also cement his place in American music history. His breakthrough came with Take Me Home, Country Roads, 1971, a heartfelt ode to West Virginia that captured the spirit of rural America. The song's warm imagery and sing-along chorus made it an instant classic, reaching the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and becoming an unofficial anthem for the state. In 1972, Denver followed up with Rocky Mountain High, inspired by his love for Colorado's natural beauty. Blending folk sincerity with soaring melodies, the song became one of Colorado's official state songs and reinforced Denver's image as an artist deeply connected to nature. That same authenticity shone through in Sunshine on My Shoulders, 1973, a gentle ballad about life's simple joys, which gave Denver his first #1 hit in 1974. By the mid-1970s, Denver's music had become a fixture on both pop and country charts. Annie's Song, 1974, written for his then-wife, Annie Martell, was a tender, poetic love song that topped the Billboard Hot 100 and touched audiences worldwide. Its lush orchestration and heartfelt lyrics made it one of his most enduring works. He continued this momentum with Back Home Again, 1974, a song that earned him the Country Music Association's Song of the Year Award, and Thank God I'm a Country Boy, 1975, a lively celebration of rural life that showcased his playful side. Another fan favorite? Calypso, 1975, paid tribute to oceanographer Jacques Cousteau and his ship. With its upbeat tempo and adventurous spirit, It broadened Denver's thematic range beyond love and landscape, proving his versatility. Songs like Perhaps Love, 1981, a duet with Placido Domingo, demonstrated his ability to bridge genres and reach global audiences. These hits were more than chart toppers. They reflected Denver's worldview, a celebration of love, nature, and human connection. Whether singing about the quiet majesty of the Rockies, the comfort of home, or the joy of everyday moments, John Denver created music that resonated across generations. His songs became timeless companions for road trips, campfires, and moments of reflection, ensuring that his legacy would endure far beyond his lifetime. John Denver's career peak, building upon the momentum of his earlier hits. John Denver reached the zenith of his career during the mid to late 1970s, becoming one of America's most beloved and commercially successful singer-songwriters. This era was marked not only by his chart-topping singles like Annie's Song, Take Me Home, Country Roads, and Rocky Mountain High, but also by his extraordinary visibility in television specials, sold-out concerts, and philanthropic endeavors. Denver's wholesome image, heartfelt lyrics, and warm tenor voice resonated across generations, turning him into a cultural icon. His career peak also saw him receiving prestigious accolades, including multiple American Music Awards, Emmy Awards for his television specials, and the ultimate recognition with the Country Music Association's Entertainer of the Year Award in 1975. Denver's ability to bridge genres, from folk and country to pop, allowed him to dominate both the charts and public affection. By the end of the decade, he was not only a music star, but also a respected environmental activist, using his platform to advocate for conservation and humanitarian causes. For many, the pinnacle of John Denver's career represented more than just musical success. It symbolized a unique period in American music when sincerity, simplicity, and optimism could captivate millions. John Denver's musical milestones, following the peak of his career. John Denver's achievements in the field of singing solidified his place as one of America's most enduring music legends. Known for his crystal-clear tenor voice, Denver had an uncanny ability to convey warmth, sincerity, and optimism through his songs. Over the course of his career, he sold more than 33 million records worldwide, a testament to his universal appeal. His catalog includes multiple platinum and gold certified albums with iconic tracks such as Sunshine on My Shoulders, Calypso, and Thank God I'm a Country Boy, dominating the charts and airwaves. Denver's contributions to music were recognized with a host of prestigious awards. He received multiple American Music Awards, 2 Country Music Association Awards, and an Emmy Award for his television musical specials. In 1996, he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, acknowledging his dual talent as both a gifted vocalist and a prolific songwriter. His songs often combine poetic imagery with accessible melodies, making them timeless pieces enjoyed by listeners of all ages. His influence extended far beyond record sales. Denver's voice became synonymous with themes of nature, love, and simple living, resonating deeply with audiences across cultures. He performed on global stages, from sold-out arenas in the United States to international venues, spreading his message of harmony and environmental stewardship. Even decades after his passing, his songs continue to be celebrated, covered by other artists, and featured in films, television, and public events. Ultimately, John Denver's singing career was not just about commercial success. It was about creating a body of work that inspired joy, reflection, and a sense of connection to the world. His achievements in music remain a shining chapter in the story of American popular culture. John Denver's family and music. Following his remarkable achievements in music, John Denver's personal life unfolded as a complex tapestry interwoven with moments of tender love, deep devotion, and painful challenges. In 1967, he married Annie Martell, the woman who would forever be immortalized in his heartfelt ballad, Annie's Song, a composition born out of reconciliation and renewed affection during a quiet moment in the Colorado mountains. Their relationship, rich in genuine affection and shared values, was also tested by the relentless demands of Denver's skyrocketing career. His grueling touring schedule and the pressures that came with fame often kept him away from home for long stretches, creating emotional distance that neither could fully bridge. After 15 years together, the couple divorced in 1982, closing a significant and bittersweet chapter in his life. 6 years later, Denver found love again with Cassandra Delaney, a spirited Australian actress whose free-spirited nature seemed to complement his own. The two married in 1988 and soon welcomed their daughter, Jessie Bell, into the world. For a time, their home in Aspen echoed with the joy of new life and shared dreams. But the marriage also faced its own set of struggles, ultimately ending in divorce in 1993. Despite the heartbreak of two failed marriages, Denver embraced fatherhood with unwavering commitment. He was a devoted parent to his three children, Zachary and Anna Kate, whom he adopted with Annie, and Jessie Bell, his daughter with Cassandra. His profound love for them often seeped into his songwriting, where personal experiences blended seamlessly with universal themes of love, family, and belonging. Denver taught his children kindness and nature appreciation, valuing connections and grappling with loss. John Denver's untold life story. Following his divorce from Annie Martell, John Denver's life took a turbulent turn. Once the golden voice of American folk, he found himself battling personal demons that contrasted sharply with his wholesome public image. Reports of drinking and driving incidents, struggles with depression, and occasional use of stimulants painted a far more complex picture of the beloved singer-songwriter. These challenges did not erase his musical legacy, but revealed the human vulnerabilities behind the fame. Annie, John Denver's first wife, and the enduring muse behind his beloved classic Annie's Song, has long remained a figure of quiet public fascination. Her connection to Denver, immortalized in that tender melody, ensured her place in music history, even though she never sought the spotlight for herself. Over the years, whispers and unfounded rumors have occasionally surfaced, including claims that she had passed away. But these have been proven false. In reality, Annie has chosen a life far removed from the glare of fame, settling in the serene beauty of Colorado, a place rich with memories for her and John, where she is surrounded by the warmth of her children and grandchildren. Though she rarely grants interviews or speaks in detail about her years with the legendary singer, those who know her well describe a woman of remarkable grace and quiet strength. They say she harbors no lingering bitterness toward her former husband, despite the challenges and heartache that ultimately ended their 15-year marriage. Instead, Annie chooses to remember the good, the laughter, the adventures, the shared love of nature, and the deep emotional connection that once bound them together. By focusing on the beauty of what they shared rather than the pain of their separation, she has preserved not only her own peace of mind, but also the dignity of a love story that, though finite, left a lasting mark on both their lives and the millions who felt its echoes through Denver's music. This hidden chapter of Denver's life serves as a reminder that even icons are not immune to hardship. Behind the music and the fame lay a man navigating the same storms as anyone else. proof that human imperfection is part of every great story. The final flight of John Denver. After years marked by personal struggles and professional triumphs, John Denver's story reached a tragic conclusion on October 12, 1997. On that day, the beloved singer-songwriter took off from the Monterey Peninsula Airport in California, piloting his experimental Rutan Long EZ aircraft. Denver, an experienced pilot, was flying alone over the Pacific coastline, a place he often found peace and inspiration. But something went terribly wrong. Investigators later determined that the aircraft, which had a history of fuel selector issues, ran out of fuel in one tank. In a desperate attempt to switch to the other tank, Denver lost control, and the plane plummeted into the waters near Pacific Grove. He was just 53 years old. News of his death shocked the world. Fans who had grown up with his warm voice and heartfelt lyrics were devastated. Tributes poured in from fellow musicians, environmentalists, and politicians alike, honoring not only his music, but also his decades-long commitment to nature conservation and humanitarian causes. His passing was particularly hard for those who knew the complexity of the man behind the songs, a person who had experienced great love, painful losses, and relentless battles with his own flaws. John Denver's ashes were laid to rest in the majestic Rocky Mountains of Colorado, a place that was far more than just a home to him. These rugged peaks and sweeping valleys were his sanctuary, his creative muse, and the backdrop for so many of the songs that defined his career. It was here that he found solace in nature's beauty, translating its grandeur into timeless melodies like Take Me Home, Country Roads, Annie's Song, and countless other ballads that now carry an added layer of poignancy. For millions of fans across generations, his warm, unmistakable voice still echoes like a familiar friend, each note colored with the knowledge that there will be no new verses from the man who gave so much of himself to the world. His passing was more than just the loss of a beloved musician. It marked the end of an era in American folk and country music, an era where sincerity, environmental reverence, and heartfelt storytelling reigned supreme. Yet, even in death, John Denver's legacy soars higher than ever, inspiring dreamers to chase the open road, travelers to seek new horizons, and nature lovers to protect the earth he cherished. His final flight, though tragically cut short, became an enduring symbol of a life lived with courage, curiosity, and boundless passion, a man who embraced risk, reached for the horizon, and invited the world to come along for the journey. John Denver's timeless musical legacy. Following the heartfelt farewell to John Denver, it's impossible not to reflect on the profound mark he left on the world of music, environmental activism, and popular culture. Denver's legacy transcends the decades, living on through his songs, charitable efforts, and the values he championed. His music, rooted in optimism, love for nature, and deep emotional resonance, remains a staple across generations. Tracks like Take Me Home, Country Roads, Annie's Song, and Rocky Mountain High have become anthems, not only for fans, but for entire cultural moments, symbolizing the harmony between humanity and the natural world. Beyond music, Denver's commitment to humanitarian work and environmental conservation inspired countless initiatives and organizations. His involvement with the Windstar Foundation reflected his vision for a sustainable future, and his advocacy for space exploration expanded his influence beyond the arts. Today, his songs are still performed, covered, and celebrated globally, keeping his voice alive in the collective memory. His recordings continue to sell, his concerts are revisited through archival releases, and younger generations discover his artistry through streaming platforms. In the end, John Denver's greatest legacy may be the reminder that music, when born from sincerity and passion, can become timeless, uniting people across eras and borders. Life lessons from John Denver. Following the enduring legacy John Denver left behind, his life story offers profound lessons that resonate far beyond his music. His journey was a testament to the balance between success and personal well-being, showing that fame, while rewarding, can also come with immense pressures. Denver's struggles, ranging from relationship challenges to personal battles with alcohol, depression, and substance use, remind us that even those who seem to have it all are not immune to hardship. Yet, what stands out most is his resilience and enduring passion for his craft. Despite personal setbacks, he continued to create music that touched millions, proving that dedication and love for one's work can transcend personal pain. His environmental activism and humanitarian efforts further teach us that true greatness lies in using one's platform to make a positive impact on the world. Perhaps the most significant lesson is the value of authenticity. Denver's music was deeply personal, rooted in genuine emotion and experience, inspiring listeners to embrace their own truth. Through his highs and lows, his story encourages us to pursue our passions wholeheartedly, remain grounded, and remember that our worth is not solely defined by our achievements, but also by the kindness and integrity we bring to life. If John Denver's story has touched your heart, let's keep his legacy alive together. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Icon Rewind so you never miss a story that inspires, moves, and connects us.